Guys, so we have multiple breaking news coming out. We're going to start with this one first. Another mega quake warning issued by Japan. This time, Meteorological Agency warns of this catastrophic event. So this was posted 14 minutes ago. So we're going to see what's going on here, guys. This is the second one, and Japan is really sounding the alarm. Also, the West Coast is seeing a lot of quakes. So we're going to see what's going on with this one here, guys. We have multiple breaking news coming out. But before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters, a prayer request, you can send it to me, Luis Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. All right, so let's see what's going on here. And I've been posting videos today of all these updates, Japan earthquake. And it's very important to talk about this because scripture tells us, Jesus tells us, that there will be earthquakes, there will be wars, there will be signs of the sun. We've seen the solar flare, and we are definitely seeing a lot of wolves disguised in clothing of lamb. As a watchman, my job is to sound the alarm, how all this is related to Bible prophecy. People need to start repenting, believing in Christ, receiving the gift of the Holy Spirit. The Japan Meteorological Agency says the possibility of a mega quake in northern Japan is higher than usual in the aftermath of the 7.6 magnitude earthquake that rocked the region late on Monday. Here's the thing, there was another earthquake too. It was a 6.7. So the number has switched, 7.6, 6.7. So we are definitely seeing some kind of connection here. Excuse me, guys. So predicting earthquakes is very difficult. And it is not clear that a big earthquake will strike, but people along the Pacific coast from Hokkaido to Chiba prefecture should remain on alert over the next week. Public broadcaster NHK reported. So it seems like some of these experts are saying, forget 30 years. Forget 30 years. We could see a mega quake next week. So, again, for them, it's hard to predict the mega quake. That's why they put 30 years, because from 30 years, we could see that mega quake. Now they're saying there's a possibility it might happen possibly next week. Based on the statistic of earthquakes that have occurred around the world so far, there is a possibility that a large-scale earthquake with a magnitude of 8 or higher could occur as a follow-up earthquake along the Japan Trench and the Tsushima Trench of Hokkaido. So you have the cabinet official, office official for disaster preparedness. Preparedness told a news conference. Now it says here it is unclear whether a large-scale earthquake will occur. Give me a second here, guys. I don't know what in the world is that's keep popping up. Will occur, but everyone should heed the call to take precaution to protect their own lives. People should check evacuation routes, prepare emergency kits, secure home, furniture, and ensure backup food, water, and portable toilets. The alert is the first since this category of warning was introduced in 2022, according to NHK. So officials are urging residents out there, get your stuff ready. Get your stuff ready. We're not going to be waiting 30 years for this. It's hard to predict the earthquake. Yeah, need to get your stuff ready. So I want to take you to some of these updates here, guys. How many earthquakes have struck Japan in the past 24 hours? Japan was struck by its most powerful earthquake in 2025 on Monday when a 7.6 magnitude earthquake occurred in Misawa in Mori, Japan. But it was not the only earthquake to hit the country. Earthquakes are a fairly common occurrence in Japan, and in the past 24 hours, at least 10 of magnitude 1.5 or higher, including aftershock, have struck. Another 15 have occurred in the past week, according to earthquake.com. 88 earthquakes have struck Japan in the past 30 days. Excuse me, guys. I'm still dealing with, seems like it's bronchitis. Possibly might have pneumonia. And I've been resting. Please pray for me. Thank you so much for your prayer. So I want to bring this up. All right, so we did talk about this. All right, how many people felt the 6 point? It was a 6.7, but then was downgraded to a 6.6. How many people felt it? At least 2 million people felt it. Wow. At least 2 million people felt the powerful aftershock across Japan. According to earthquakelist.com, around 130,200 of those felt monetarily strong shakes, which is expected to have caused a small amount of damage. The rest experienced light shaking with damage unlikely. Aftershocks are expected to continue after the 7.6 magnitude earthquake shake earlier Monday, but are unlikely to exceed the 6.6. Um, okay, so far it seems like this is the end of it. But the latest breaking news was that the mega quake could happen anytime. It could happen next week. And they are urging millions out there to stock up. Okay, so this is the end of it. Now I want to take you to X. I want to show you some of these news that I just collected just to share with you. All right, so I want to bring this one up really quick. I'm going to have to fix this. Give me 1 second. It's going to take a few seconds. There we go. Okay, so Zelensky says Ukraine won't cede territory to Russia. In other words, forget about the peace deal. The peace stuff is not going to happen. Zelensky said, I'm not going to give up the territories. And here's the thing, is that he's going to need help. He wants the territory back. He's going to need help. He's going to need the U.S. Donald said, I'm not going to help you. I'm not. Let the Europeans do their job. But again, Z, your country's not capable of going one-on-one against Russia. So he does need help. He does need help. Here's another news. Russia president warns birth rates are falling. You know why? Because it started with the back in the 70s, 80s, and 90s that in China you can only have like one young one or two. And if you have a third one, then again, I don't know what was the law back then, but they were trying to stop the population from having too many young ones because they were overpopulating the planet. And now, since they put that law 30 years later, it seems like people don't want to have young ones because they already installed that in their minds. And now they're urging people, hey, we want you to have young ones. But here's the thing, you already did the damage. A lot of people just don't want to have babies. They don't. Number one, it's just, their mind is not there no more. Number two, they don't have the money. The economy, the cost of living, everything is so expensive. People nowadays, they're saying, well, I can't afford a young one. Everything is so tough nowadays. Give me a second here, guys. The U.S. president is reportedly considering demolishing the federal building in D.C. All right, so I could hear the left right now. They're not liking this one bit. He's literally taking down history. He's taking down history. Here's the thing, guys. I think Donald should just leave this alone. He should leave this alone. Just leave it alone. This is history stuff here, man. Just don't touch none of this stuff. But remember, guys, Donald always been a businessman. He always built hotels. He built all this type of stuff. Truly apologize, guys. Now, what are your thoughts on that? Leave comments down below. All right, so we're going to go with this next one here. Donald responded to Marjorie Taylor Greene. You guys know Marjorie Taylor Greene. She was on 60 Minutes. Marjorie Taylor Greene called out, well, she basically said that Donald was furious. He yelled at her. Why would you want me to release the files, the Jeffrey file? Again, it will hurt people. And she's basically saying, I stand with the victims. I stand with the women's. And the women's, they say to release them. So Donald's getting furious. And here's the thing. Donald, you can't be like that. You can't act like that, man. You told your supporter that you was going to release the files. And many times you call out Joe and the left for not releasing the file. And look at you now. You're acting just like them. You're becoming like them with this Jeffrey file stuff. So Donald unloads on traitor Marjorie Taylor Greene and 60 Minutes in explosive rants. So let's see what Donald said here. Give me a second. Let me just read this. Oh, so this is the one right here. I'm going to have to make this a little big so you guys have a better view. Here we go. The only reason Marjorie, there you go, the name Trader Brown, Green turns brown under stress when bad is that she was jilted by the President of the United States. Certainly not the first time she has been jilted. So it says here, too much work, not enough time, and her ideas are now really bad. She sort of reminds me of a rotten apple. Marjorie is not America First or MAGA because nobody could have changed her views so fast, and her new views are those of a very dumb person. Let me stop here for a second. I don't know why Donald's doing that. Again, Donald is absolutely wrong. Donald, you do realize that you hiding the files, making you look really bad, right? She's basically the same person from last year and the year before. Release the file, release the file. She's been like that, just like your supporters, MAGA. They want you to release the file. You told them you was going to release the file, and here you are trying to hide this file. Well, I don't want to hurt people's feeling. Yeah, here's the thing. Release the files. Release the files. Release those names. It says here that was proven last night when washed up. Donald hating 60 Minutes correspondent Leslie, who still owes me an apology from when she attacked me on the show with serious conviction that Hunter, Laptop from Hell, was produced by Russia, not Hunter himself. Totally proven wrong. Interview a very poorly prepared trader who, in her confusion, made many really, statements. My real problem with the show, however, wasn't the low IQ trader. It was that the new ownership of 60 Minutes Paramount will allow a show like this to air. Donald, you really complain too much. I'm sorry, guys. He's really complaining. He's just making himself look bad on this one here. I mean, she has every right to be whatever show she wants to be. It's America. You know, again, you were on all these other shows. Your son, he was on The View a few years ago. You didn't say nothing about that. But again, Donald, this is making it look really bad, dude. It's making it look really bad. It says they are no better than the old ownership who just paid me millions of dollars to fake reporting about your favorite president. Me. Since they bought it, 60 Minutes has actually gotten worse. Oh well, far worse things can happen. P.S. I hereby demand a complete and total apology, though far too late to be meaningful, from Leslie and 60 Minutes for her incorrect and libelous statements about Hunter's laptop. Once again, this is coming out from President Donald J. Trump. All right. Donald, you make yourself look really bad on that one, man. When it comes to Marjorie Taylor Greene, I stand with her. I, too, want to see those names being released. I don't like when lawlessness take advantage of young ones, all right? Their name need to be released. Release their names. Well, I don't want to hurt no. Release their names, man. I don't know, you protecting your buddies or something, but release their names. You say you was going to release it. Stop playing games. All right, so guys, we have another breaking news coming out. Small plane down. I-95. This happened in Florida. Wow. So evening traffic on Florida I-95 turned chaotic when a small twin-engine plane dropped out of the sky and crash landed on the highway near Cocoa. So it happened just before 6, right in the middle of rush hour. It says here the plane clipped a Toyota Camry and skipped across the asphalt before coming to rest between the lanes. The pilot and his passengers, both 27, somehow walked away untouched. The woman driving the Camry wasn't as lucky, but escaped with minor injuries and was taken to the hospital. The fire crews and troopers moved fast, shutting down lanes and towing the wreckage out hours later. Well, seems like everything is good, but we need to pray for them. We truly need to pray for them. All right, guys. I totally apologize if I sound different. Just dealing with this. It's got to be pneumonia. It's got to be pneumonia. All right, let's see what's going on with this one here. U.S. troops land in Puerto Rico as tensions rise with Venezuela. American soldiers and military equipment have landed on El Faro Beach in Puerto Rico, marking a sharp escalation in the U.S. military presence in the Caribbean. This is more than just an exercise. It is a message, with Venezuela growing bolder in rhetoric and regional posturing. Washington is putting boots on the ground just miles from one of the Latin America's most unstable flashpoints. The deployment suggests that Pentagon is preparing for multiple scenarios: deterrence, rapid response, or worst-case contingencies. It also puts U.S. forces just a short flight from Venezuela, a geographic reminder that any misstep should have immediate consequences. For the region, this move shifts the balance. For Caracas, it's a warning. For the U.S., it's a line being drawn very visibly in the sand. Nicholas also has his military ready. And they did put out a video yesterday. All right, so here's the Mamdani, and here's the I don't know who that person is. He looks familiar though. He looks very familiar. Formerly incarcerated New York City Mayor-elect Zora Mamdani has chosen a formerly incarcerated rapper to serve on his City Hall transition team. So, Lennon was convicted and served 7 years in prison in the late 1990s. 2 armed robberies of taxi drivers. Well, here's the thing, guys. As a Christian, we all committed crimes, every single one of us. And I really don't know the man like that. And I'm not going to be like judging the person like that. Again, because we committed crimes too in our times. And you know how many politicians had committed many lawlessness? A lot of them. So I'm going to have to do some more research. I barely know that man, to be honest. But that's something that Mamdani has made that decision, chose him to be part of his cabinet. All right, guys, there's a lot of information coming out. Supposedly, Donald showed up at the Kennedy. I guess he was out there. If I'm not mistaken, I think Sylvester Stallone was out there too. There was a lot of people. And he showed up with a bandage on his hand again. All right, so you have the left. They believe that he might be ill, health issue. Well, here's the thing, guys. The man is almost 80. Actually, I think he's 80, right? Give me a second here. No, he's 79. Yeah, his birthday is June 14th. So he's almost 80. And of course, there's going to be some health issue. I mean, the man is old. But yeah, we are praying for the president. And we also prayed for Joe when he was commander. All right, give me a second here, guys. I'm sorry. I'm just looking for more information here, guys. All right, let me take you to USGS earthquake map. Not too bad. I mean, earlier today, it was absolutely mind-blowing going on out there in Japan. But there's not much going on. Yeah, there's not much going on. At 6.6, that was the biggest aftershock. All right, so guys, it seems like this is going to be all the information here. I might have to end it early because I'm not feeling good. And there is something going around. There is something going around, and it just really brutal. And every time I talk, I just feel like coughing really bad. And I got to get some cough drops. But I want to thank you for your prayers. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It seems like this is all of it here. So I'm just going to end it. But if you can, please pray for the people in Japan. Pray for everyone. And just pray for each other. Pray for me, and I'll pray for you. So thank you so much for watching. Hopefully I wake up a little better. And yeah, this thing is just brutal. I don't know what it is, but a lot of people saying there's all this type of different virus going on. But yeah, I've been having this strange cough and no headaches, no fever, but it's been going on for like at least 4 days already. Hopefully it goes away. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a good night, and God bless you all. Till next time later. Peace.